This is Raul Hurtado's English podcast, and I am very happy to join you for this first episode. In this podcast, I intend to upload an episode for each single I release. I talk to you about the single and what the message behind the lyrics is, and play the song for you at the end of each episode. Today I will be talking to you about the song Robootopia. Robootopia. A weird name for some of you, of course, but in case you haven't guessed it yet, it simply means a robot's utopia, or a robot's imagined state of things in which life is perfect. The intro you just heard is part of the song, a song that has very simple lyrics but quite a deep message. Let's try to analyze the song a little bit and what took me to write this song in the first place. A few months ago, thinking about robots and how they have become so human-like in the past years, and I am thinking right now about Sophia. I don't know if you know Sophia, but Sophia is a talking robot that makes tons of facial expressions, looks like a woman, and pretty much talks to you about anything. Well, I sat down to think about what could possibly robots want in the future that we humans have and they don't. Many things came to mind, like being accepted as citizens of a country or gaining rights that we humans have. But then I thought that all these things were only possible if robots have what we call free will. And with free will, I mean that they can make decisions like us without constraints, being able to choose between what is good and what is bad, to choose between loving others or hating others. So our free will is what I think robots would deeply desire to have in the future, because all other things such as deciding what we do, where we go, who do we spend our time with, for instance, and so on. All these things, they come from our ability to choose freely. Going back to the song, we hear myself in a distorted voice, something I did in the mixing phase to try to imitate a robot's voice. We hear myself singing things like, Robootopia is my desired way of life. Robootopia is dance all night like humankind. Robootopia is having free will like a man. All things that show this desire of a robot to imitate all the things we humans normally do. So from one side we have robots wanting to be more and more like humans. But from the other, there's human beings like you and me, who, and here's where I would like to point out the reason why I made this song, we humans, in my opinion, have forgotten the value of our free will and how similar it makes us to God when we use it properly. And when I say when we use it properly, I mean that when we use our free will not to offend God by choosing to do all sorts of things that are against God's law and will, but when we do everything in life in accordance with His law and will. A great start point for this would be the 10 Commandments. Just try to follow them and ask God to help you along the way. He is always ready to give us a hand, to introduce us to people who can help us and advise us if needed. I know it is not always easy, and it even sounds quite simplistic when I say it, but we have to learn to trust God, and that He will provide us with everything that we need to do what He expects from us. We then hear in the song that Robootopia means to love like humankind, that it means to feel God in my heart, to smile because I'm alive, to think like humankind, to be happy and kind. All things that we humans, sadly, so often don't even value. But the truly intelligent robots would die to do. And do you know why they would love to do all these things? Because a truly intelligent robot would realize, would notice, that there is a God, and that we humans are children of that God, and that we are created in His image, given a free will that is even capable, imagine that, of saying no to God, of saying, you know what, God? I don't want anything to do with you. But I really hope that is never our case, and that instead we tell Him, our beloved Father in heaven, let your will be done in us, and let us always stay united to you, our God and only love. But going back to robots, they will always be robots, no matter how human-like they become in the future. And we humans should honor more our privileged place in God's creations and return to the place God originally intended for us, and that is to be kings of the true one King, to be small gods of the Almighty God. Let's listen now to the song Robootopia, and thank you very much for joining me in this first episode. I hope you enjoyed it. This is Raul Hurtado, and I'll see you in the next episode.
Robootopia is my desired way of life. Robootopia is dance all that like humankind. Robootopia is my desired way of life. Robootopia is having free will like it, man. Robootopia is my dream. Robootopia come to me. Robootopia, my Robootopia. Robootopia